Sony has a live service issue, and I'm not going to get into the weeds of that. You know, the whole situation with Concord, they're just not getting enough players, and it is absolutely abysmal how things are going over there. Sony could do better. And like I said, I'm not getting into the ins and outs of that game, but Sony can do better. How to fix their situation with live services is an easy fix. If you're looking at the screen, if you look at the thumbnail, you kind of know where I'm going with this. I want you to hear me out because this game had a lot of potential. A lot of people kind of look at this game sideways, give it the side eye. But I think MAG or a game like MAG is a perfect way for Sony to fix their live service problem. I'm going to talk about that, give you my thoughts and opinions. So let's get into this. If this is your first time here, welcome. I really appreciate it. If you have found this video through the recommendations, I appreciate you clicking on this video. Consider subscribing to the channel. Also like, share, subscribing to the channel as well. And I will say, you know, I want to thank everybody who's been watching the last few videos. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. We're over 700 subs, trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. And it's all thanks to you guys if you guys are willing to push this video and others that I made out into the algorithms. Subscribe to, I'm sorry. Comment on the videos that I do make. I do give feedback based on whatever issues or problems or suggestions or anything you want to add to the commentary. I'll definitely do my best to respond. And let's just go ahead and get into this. Listen, MAG is a game that came out in 2010. It was a really good game, in my opinion. I put hundreds of hours in it, and I thought it was one of the better and more unique first-person shooters of the PlayStation 3 era. It had a 256 player count in lobbies. It was like it was a big faction style, first-person shooter where you select between 3 teams and you just went to war with everybody, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It had different modes of capturing vehicles, blowing up bases, team deathmatch, all the other good stuff. It was absolutely great. You parachuted into the into the field before Fortnite was a thing or any of these other shooters was a thing. And it's not like a lone wolf shooter or a battle royale. It was literally like a Call of Duty Battlefield type of thing where it was like a futuristic ongoing war within this MMO. Now, with everything that's going on with Concord, Concord is a game that was just, it caused a lot of divisiveness, and there was a lot of different unique things about it that a lot of people just did not want to deal with. And for that, I say it sucks, but the people want what they want. For me, I wouldn't touch the game. It's not my kind of game. But if Sony would go back to the roots, I don't know where these guys at Zipper Interactive is at. They made SOCOM as well as MAG. If they made a game similar to this, a spiritual successor to this, even if it was a free-to-play live service, this game will go bonkers. Because even if it's free-to-play, can you imagine all the content you could put in a game like this with 3 major factions that you could put 256 versus 256? No, I'm sorry, it was 128, 128. Well, it was a total of 256 going up against each other, where you actually went through levels of a field, blowing up bases, taking the other team's vehicles, doing all type of different things. Some similar like Battlefield, where you had a rush where you put in calculations to blow up a base. It was absolutely awesome to have that type of gameplay. And I know nowadays with the PS3 game that ran these type of servers with all these players, I'm pretty sure you could do that with a PS5. I'm pretty sure you could do that. And if they pull a game out like this would be pretty cool. Now, I will say also, if you don't know much about this game, and I know it's kind of late to say this, I'll put the link down in the description for some gameplay, because some of the stuff is a little bit archaic. You got to understand the game was 14 years old. Well, it was a little earlier than that. It was 14 years old. But the game is absolutely, way ahead of its time. And I think this is something that Sony should consider, knowing that they're having games that aren't living up to its name. You got games that, I ain't gonna say living up to expectations. You got to understand, they just put $100 million on a game like Concord, where they could have did this with the game. It doesn't even have to be Zipper Interactive. Could have just been with MAG. or a game like Mag, and they could have put that money in it. It could have been free to play. Trust me, I'm pretty sure people would love to play something like this. You understand, like all these other, looter shooters or all these, hero shooters and all this stuff is kind of getting played out. Some things are like it's like they go in a cycle. Sometimes you like certain things and it'll go away for a while, and it comes back, kind of like 2D games. People are loving 2D games right now, like that Castlevania. The Menace Collection came out. People are going bonkers for that. Nintendo knows very well how 2D games are like on fire once again. It's been like that for a few years now. Maybe you need to do that again with like some military style shooters, where a game like Mag or a game similar, to this concept would absolutely be a breath of fresh air for a lot of people. And I'll conclude myself. If let me tell you something. If I know that this game was coming out or a game like this was coming out, I absolutely would buy this, or I will put money into this, because I put time in this game. I have the game right here. I put a lot of time in this game, and this game was absolutely phenomenal. I just think this is something that we need to have that goes along with, the games that are out now. It's sorely missing. We have a game that was, I ain't gonna say it was the best, but it was a really good game that, a lot of people kind of, I would say kind of, misunderstood it. But once you look back now, 10, 12, 14 years later, people would love to have a game like this right now. I'm gonna be honest, I think it would go bonkers if you had a game like this. Mag, excuse me, Mag, you are sorely missed, and I would love to see this game come back, or a game like this come back in some form. Like I said, I still look at this game every now and then, and I'm like, man, what could have been if they could have brought this over to the PlayStation 4, if Zipper Interactive was still around, what they could have done with something like this, because I feel like this entire concept of this game would be great today. I really believe it would be great today. But unfortunately, we don't have it. You got Concord, you got these other shooters that are okay, but, I mean, my God. I mean, you look at the one that DC Comic or Warner Brothers just did, Kill the Justice League. You got all these other games that are out there that are just not doing it, where honestly, I believe that the gamers are dying for a game like Mag that will be, somewhat of that, ilk, or somewhat of that format. I think they would do great. But yeah, hopefully they will listen one day. I don't know. But I just thought it was pretty interesting to talk about this. Let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts. I will respond in the comment section if you do put some feedback down there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.